If you wanted anything in life, you had to work for it. My life started in Maynard, Massachusetts in the 60s. I'm the youngest of 9, and we grew up not having much of anything. I can remember going to my dad one day, somewhere around 10 years old, and I said, "Dad, I really want a new bike." Getting my own bike was this dream, so I got a job. I got a paper route, and I was working towards that goal of getting a bike when I decided, let's do something in the morning so I can make even more money. I got another paper route, selling papers at a factory. They were about 10 cents a piece. So for 10 cents, I would get maybe 2 cents for every paper that was sold. And the owner of the paper store would drop off a big bundle of maybe 100 papers. But one day my dad said to me, "Have you thought about how to make more money?" And I didn't understand what he meant. So we said, "All right, well, think about how you could up your average sale. What do you like in the morning?" So I said, "Well, I like donuts." And it was like, why don't you try to sell donuts with the newspaper? I agreed. I went downtown to the donut shop, and I was able to buy a dozen donuts for about $1.50. 12.5 cents a donut. Math-wise, I'd sell a donut for 20 cents. And a newspaper for 10. Now I'm at 30 cents. So we started selling the donuts, and all of a sudden, the first dozen were gone in 15 minutes. And I was like, oh my God, I had a 350% increase on an average sale because I added a donut to the sale. If they decided to buy 2 donuts, it was 2 donuts for 50 cents. So it's 20 cents and 20 cents and 10 cents. I had a profit of 17 cents per sale. And the funny thing was that they kind of felt guilty buying 1 donut because they would buy 2 donuts and justify it by giving it to their coworker. Another thing you're doing is you're selling a need and a want, right? You needed the newspaper because back then they didn't have the internet. You read a newspaper every day. And the want was something to eat. You want something to eat, you justify it. Any reason to go ahead and take that plunge and buy it. Pretty soon I was up to selling 3 dozen donuts every single day along with my newspapers. That next step was this giant factory. Sometimes I'd be on the bottom parking lot and you get the guys going by in the top parking lot and they're yelling at me, "How come you're not up here selling donuts?" So I ended up hiring my first employee when I was 10 years old. So if you want to find out how that went, stick around for the next story and learn to become golden. Leave a comment below. How do you think you could increase your average sale? I do really like the idea of adding a need and a want. It's much, much easier to sell a want if you can justify it as a need. Hit the thumbs up, and I look forward to talking to you more in 2024.